welcome to the Thursday Newscast.
I am Trina Grenheim.
And I am Michaela Luba.
Today we will have interviews, advertisements, and important stories.
We also will be joined by Emma, Dima, and Tommy.
And here's Tommy with our first story.
The Roman geography. This is Tommy in the Roman Empire. The Romans employed a geometric system of people to lay out crops and crop rotations. Farm workers or farm staff were mostly captured slaves from the Mediterranean or Egypt. The Mediterraneans and Egyptians are excellent farmers, so this made the size of crop population grow. The amount of rain was grown enough to give away free to all the citizens. This meant all would have grain to feed their families. Most of this food is grown on large estates called latifundias. The crop numbers are thanks to plenty of rain during the summer, but winter is holdover from summer. If the water holds up through winter, the spring brings more rain. All farmers know the soil doesn't stay fertile, so they don't create their own fertilizer. This makes crops grow faster in larger numbers.
Emma Arenas reporting from the newsroom in Rome with tonight's report. Julius Caesar, is he the answer to the problems facing the Roman Republic, or should we worry? We all know the problems staring us in the face. 1. Rome needs tax money to maintain roads, sewers, aqueducts, and our beautiful arenas. Tax farmers are abusing their power and collecting more tax money than needed. 2. Political corruption is rampant since officials are paying the poor for their votes in elections, and the poor are very happy to sell their votes to the highest bidder. 3. Crime is a problem, and Rome has no police force. Julius Caesar thinks he has the answer to these problems, but leaders in the Senate are starting to worry about Caesar's growing popularity among the people. The Senate seems to think Caesar might have hopes of ruling Rome as a king. Rome vowed that they would never be ruled by a king again. The verdict remains to be seen. Stay posted for more breaking news. Over to you, Michaela.
This is Michaela Libo from the Thursday News, reporting from Nimes in the Roman Empire. I'm here to talk about the aqueduct Pont du Gard. The aqueduct was completed just last night. I talked to Marcus Agrippe, who was in charge of this project, and he told me that this was the tallest structure they have ever constructed. That's what's so significant about Pont du Gard. 1,000 workers carried each 6-ton block and did not use a single drop of mortar. This aqueduct was made up of 3 levels. The lowest level has 6 arches and is on the Garden River. The middle level has 11 arches, and it's a road for all to travel in carts and on horsebacks. The top of the aqueduct has 35 arches and carries the water from Uz to Nimes. This amazing structure will help us succeed in the future. Stay tuned for further updates on our next broadcast. Now to you.
The death of an important religious figure. Hello, this is Trina Grenheim reporting from the Thursday newsroom on the death of an important religious figure. Are you Christian? Are followers and teachers of your religion being treated fairly? Jesus is beginning to worry leaders because they think he will cause problems and start a revolt against Rome. Jesus has been sent to Pilate and Antipas for a trial. Pilate sentenced Jesus to die by crucifixion, which is normally only done to worse criminals. After he died, they took his body down from the cross, but they had no time to prepare it for burial because an important feast day is coming up. Instead, his body will be wrapped in cloth and laid in a tomb with guards protecting it. People have claimed that they have seen Jesus appear as a living person in different forms. We have just received news that the emperor is planning to feed Christian followers to the lions. And that is all in our segment for the death of Jesus. Next up is Dima, and we'll be telling you about the Roman economy.
Is inflation hurting your family? This is Dima Hogue reporting the news from the room in Rome. There are many people that are struggling to make money in Rome. These people are trying to make as much money as possible. There are very few jobs in Rome because of the raise in tax and money for the soldiers. The Romans had gold, which is used for luxury more than money. As the gold was used for luxury, there was less money that was made out of gold. As the value of gold became less, the merchants raised prices on the items they sold. Next is an interview with. This is Dima interviewing Augustus. I will ask you some questions.
Okay.
What did you do for the empire?
I created the Pax Rome, which means Roman peace.
How did you become an emperor of Rome?
After my father was assassinated, I hunted down the assassins and became emperor after 14 years of civil war.
How did you help the Roman social structure?
I lowered taxes and put non-greedy officials in the Senate.
And that is all for the questions today. The next is the commercial.
Can you afford the most important meal of the day?
We'll come to the breakfast bar across the Coliseum to receive breakfast.
Don't let your family starve. We'll serve them food.
The breakfast bar is free the first time you come and 5 cents from then on.
We will be serving a variety of fruits, breads, and cereals.
So come get your breakfast today.
We just got a report that Julius Caesar has passed. During a meeting, he got stabbed by some of his closest friends. That includes Mark Antony. Caesar's murderers came out with blood on their togas and arms, walking through the streets announcing his death. The people are confused and don't know what to do. We will give you more information on Caesar's death next Newscast.
Thanks for watching the Thursday News. We hope our information was helpful.
Tune in tomorrow for the Friday news.
That's all for today.
Goodbye and have a good rest of the day.